What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, let's talk about the Batman teaser trailer. Let's talk about Robert Pattinson, honestly, because those are, obviously, the teaser trailer, one of the biggest things that happened yesterday. I think to a lot of people, it would be the biggest thing. So I do want to give my, my impressions on that, my analysis on that, but also talk about, this guy who has gotten quite a bit of criticism ever since it was announced that he was going to be Batman. So let's honestly start there, because I think we can connect that with this trailer. Look, I was skeptical. This wasn't a slam dunk pick, but at the same time, I think from the beginning I've always been, as maybe you guys could tell from this channel, pretty supportive. I'm generally okay, show me what you got until, and then if you prove that you can't handle it, then I'm going to, seize that opportunity to talk about it. But I've always been one that says, you know what? I think he can definitely do it, Robert Pattinson. I think he's, kind of the MO on him is that, hey, Twilight aside, he's done some other stuff. He's definitely a actor that can do more than one thing, okay? To kind of just typecast him as just, Edward Cullen isn't exactly fair, okay? So what we saw from this trailer, honestly, I think backs it up. I think he was incredible. The voice is different, okay? The voice is definitely different. I didn't love it the first time I heard it, but what I will say, very, very different than what we've gotten in the past. And ultimately, even if we talk about the trailer, that's kind of what you expect with this movie, isn't it? You expect this movie to do something different from what we've seen. I mean, at this point, even, recently, we've gotten a lot of Batman films, or a lot of Batman just in general. We've had the Arkham games, we've had Ben Affleck most recently, and we're still technically going to have him. We're going to have him in the same, technically, year, right? Obviously doing Justice League again as this movie, okay? So we're seeing all these different Batmans. You got to do it a little bit differently. I love what they did in this. I mean, I think that's the best way of saying it. This trailer, I thought, was absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. It had just a different kind of tone to it. And honestly, just the way it was shot. And the fact that, honestly, this was only like 20, 25, 30% of the movie looked so good. But again, looked so different. This Batman, he looks so much different than what we've had. I saw a lot of people say, like, this is much more fluid. He's not as stiff as Christian Bale. His voice, obviously, isn't like Christian Bale. He doesn't have a modulator on. I really, when the thug asks him and then he beats the thug literally to a pulp. I mean, come on. The film honestly looks so good. There's mystery involved. Is the Joker in this film? We know that there's gonna be a couple other villains in this. Actually, not even all of them were even shown in this trailer, right? So there is so much more to explore with this movie. This movie really does have potential to be the best, honestly, Batman film ever. So they have mystery, they have the potential, obviously, or the possibility that there's going to be so much more. And again, this is only such a small percent of what they actually filmed. So again, I can't even put into words that this, I even did a poll on the channel. You can actually go vote in it right now if you guys want to. Literally, this could be the best thing we got all day. I mean, DC FanDome had its ups, had its downs. I definitely think so. We had, I think, some people were very, very disappointed with Gotham Knights. Some people maybe are disappointed with the Suicide Squad game. So we've had all that stuff. And then for this to kind of end it, I didn't really even expect them to do, going into today, or going into DC FanDome. I'm recording this, obviously, right after it happened. Going into DC FanDome, I wasn't really even expecting a trailer for this. I was expecting, again, they only filmed so much of it. Could they just do behind the scenes? Maybe they could even do what we saw with the Suicide. It actually kind of begs the question, why did James Gunn's Suicide Squad, why did they do a behind the scenes kind of thing when they've completely finished filming? They're all done. They've filmed the film from start to finish, and they did a behind the scenes kind of reel, which again I actually liked. I'm talking about that. I think I already talked about that on the channel in the first video of the day. That was cool, but I mean, this one, they only filmed a quarter of it, and they made an entire teaser trailer that was outstanding. Again, you can't base a film off of the trailer. There's been films that have had very, very good trailers and the films suck. There's been films that have had awful trailers. Sometimes films have really bad first trailers, and then the second trailer gets it right. I mean, you really, again, you can't really judge a film by the trailers because so many things happen, as these things go on. So for this film, yes, we can't say, okay, the film's going to be absolutely incredible. I can't give you a seal, a guarantee on that. But look, again, this trailer, I thought, blew it out of the water. To me, it could have been my favorite thing that we saw. The more I talk about it, the more I'm kind of playing it in my head. I can't show the actual video because it'll be claimed. But as I'm seeing, the video playing in my mind, I'm just more and more impressed by what they can do. Again, it's not a guarantee, but what they can do. And then again, Robert Pattinson, I mean, look, again, people said, is this the right guy? Again, typecast, can he only do one role? And I think so far he's kind of proven it. I actually like more of the emo look. I know maybe not everybody likes the way he looks, especially the way he looked towards the end when he said you're a part of it, and he was looking and he had the rest of the suit on, but he didn't have his mask on. I mean, I thought he looked kind of cool. I think even him as Bruce Wayne, I think there's so much potential there. Again, is he a guarantee? No, because we saw him for like 30, 40, 50 seconds in the trailer. So it's not the most to go off of in the world, but I think it's the start of something to say, you know what? I feel like so far he's and I honestly feel like this, again, the scene where he beats the thug to a pulp, I feel like that was put in purposely. I maybe even feel like they did that in the movie purposely, where it's like, this could be a moment where a lot of people kind of get off the negativity wagon on him. You know what I mean? Now, again, not to say like it's wrong to be negative. If you don't like him, if you don't want him playing Batman, completely cool. I have nothing against that. But I almost feel like that was kind of a scene, maybe specifically for this trailer, to say, okay, like, how can you really hate him after he does something like that? You know what I mean? His fighting is pretty aggressive. You can maybe say sloppy, but there seemed to be some kind of form to him. I think what they confirmed, he's only been Batman for 2 years, or he's been Batman for 1 full year. This is year 2. So it's not like he's been Batman all that long. I doubt he's going to be the greatest fighter in the world. They talked about how, him being a detective is a very important thing with this. Hence why I think the Riddler obviously will be such a big thing to this movie, because it's really going to test Batman, not even Batman, Bruce Wayne's, smartness, which, as Matt Reeves says, been in past movies, right? They've done that before, or in past mediums in general, but they've never really focused on, let's try and focus on the detective part of Batman, of Bruce Wayne, on that stuff. If this movie does it right, which I've talked about how I felt, how the games have done, how the Arkham games have done it, but if the movies do it right, I think it can be absolutely incredible. So again, I am blown away. I'm super, super impressed with what we've seen. It's such a small thing, comes out still in over a year, so we still have some waiting to do. But man, if this is any indication of what the full film is going to be, it really, really could be the best Batman film we've ever gotten. Okay, so guys, let me know in the comments below. What'd you think? Do you think Robert Pattinson, nailed it? Like, is this trailer enough to convince you that he's the right man for the job? What'd you like about the trailer? What'd you dislike? Any of your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And I love to cover movies. I've covered movies for a very, very long time on this channel. I know I haven't done it recently just because there hasn't been movies, but as movies start to come out, later this year into 2021, there'll definitely be more movie videos on this channel as well as games. So I'll definitely be covering the Batman film. Anything you guys want me to talk about the Batman film related, I'll definitely do, okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.